चलें जी, ना ना करते प्यार सुन रहे हैं आप रेडियो आज़ाद एंड दिस इज़ डबल शॉट एस्प्रेसो विद तस्नीम एंड आयशा. वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द आर्ट ऑफ सेइंग नो. NO, शॉर्ट 2-letter वर्ड, लेकिन
आई नो कितने उसके लेयर्स हैं
लाइफ चेंजिंग.
कभी कभी तो आई फील जस्ट सेइंग नो इज़ ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टेंट. जो लाइफ के बड़े बड़े सवाल है उसमें तो आपको आई नो आई एम गोइंग टू लीड माई सेल्फ इन टू when we talk about how to say no, as to how you can actually say it without saying just the 2-letter word no. But I do want to say at this point of time कि कभी-कभी just no is also enough. कभी-कभी बोलना पड़ता है
बिल्कुल
for bigger questions of life, and that time you don't owe anyone any explanation. You can just say no.
बिल्कुल. Let's ask our listeners what they think are the consequences of not saying no.
Yeah.
972-501-9390. What do you think happens if you don't say no? Radio Azad, you're on the air.
Hi, Aisha and Tasneem.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Very well, thank you so much.
So I learned to say no when I got, when I got self-employed.
Okay.
When I started my business, I learned after after a couple of years. In the beginning itself I learned, but I used to feel bad about saying no. But then I said, okay, fine. You know what? I'll just go ahead and give the discount. And I did that once, and I felt so bad for myself because I did the same amount of work and I provided the same excellent service, but I had agreed to getting less compensation. So I felt so bad because at the end I was the loser. And so from that point onwards, I decided I'm not going to do that because if everyone's going to make money, then why should I not?
Okay.
Yeah, and
so I figure, it's not fair to me because I'm putting my time, I'm putting my efforts, I'm giving my excellent service. और अपने देसी community तो they expect ऐसे नहीं कि अच्छा discount तो मांग दिया तो अभी they will not ask for service. They ask for service as well.
Right.
तो जरा भी शर्म नहीं आती कोई लोगों को. मतलब डिस्काउंट भी मांगते हैं, ऊपर से इतना आपका टाइम भी मांगते हैं. So then I'm like, if that's the case, then I shouldn't feel bad either. I should just say that I will not give the discount and say it nicely, of course, and explain to them all the services that I provide. I explain to them. After that, if they don't want it, then that's okay. Because I've learned that I've learned and I've also experienced. And I've seen other people, such as Radio Azad and other businesses, experience from theirs as well as my personal experience. There will be people who will appreciate the service you provide. There will be people who will be okay with giving the full price and not ask for discounts. And you want those people because they will not waste your time, and actually you will not feel bad giving your time to them because then at the end you're going to get paid. Otherwise,
self-worth,
like,
right? Thank you.
Time bhi le rahe, upar se paise bhi, I have to give them back.
Thank you,
that's
Megha.
not right.
Thank you, Megha. Very important point about this is about how we tend to sacrifice our self-worth in the process. वही होता है ना कि we expect 5-star service at McDonald's with McDonald's prices.
Yeah,
right.
That's true, and I feel in business, in the workplace, or in career related, definitely, there's this, and as she said, like even if you were to give a discount, you will notice that the client is not going to really think the world of you. They will still treat you the same. So giving them the discount is not really going to buy you, or get you to be any different with you. So what is it that you're getting? And of course, I mean, it's not, I mean, I'm not like ballparking it and saying therefore never give discounts. I mean, it's entirely an individual's choice as to how much you want to play, and if you have that window, then by all means. But if you make it as a way of life, it's a way of existence that हर कोई आता है और आपको you end up not being able to say no, और फिर आप दे देते हो discount. I think that is not healthy for the business, for you, and in the bigger picture as well.
बिल्कुल. रेडियो आजाद, you're on the air.
हाँ, पूछ रही थी ना कि क्या हुआ ना बोलने पर, तो वो चीजें जैसे इरिटेटेड हो जाते हैं लोग, नंबर 1 जिनको एक्सपेक्टेशन था कि प्रायर टाइम्स में तो यस बोला, अब नो बोल रहे हो, तो पीपल हैव गॉट इरिटेटेड. I have lost some friends, some supposedly good friends, but I had to do it for myself, because I felt कि I don't have to comply with हर चीज पे हाँ बोलना मेरे लिए फायदेमंद नहीं था. फायदेमंद क्या, मेरे रूह के लिए अच्छा नहीं था और मेरे अपने टाइम मैनेजमेंट के लिए खराब था. तो एक तो इरिटेटेड हुए, कुछ दोस्त लूज हुए, जो कि पहले से भी ऐसा कुछ नहीं कि वैसी दोस्ती लूज हुई, मगर ये कि अब वो पूछते नहीं है, और मैंने पीछे सुना है कि वो बोलते हैं कि शनाज चेंज हो गई है, खुदगर्ज हो गई है. तो वो पॉपुलैरिटी जो थी ना, शी विल बी देयर, वो लूज हुई है. नंबर 3, आई हैव लॉस्ट दैट पॉपुलैरिटी विद देम दैट आई हैव ऑलवेज अवेलेबल, एंड इन फैक्ट आई एम बीइंग कुछ पीछे से ही सुना है कि पता नहीं क्यों उसमें इतना वो आ गया है, अना आ गई है आजकल, खुदगर्ज हो गई है. एंड वही खुदगर्जी में वो नंबर 4 पॉइंट था. मगर एट द सेम टाइम देयर आर अदर पीपल हु हैव गिवन मी मोर रिस्पेक्ट फॉर सेइंग नो, बिकॉज दे हैव रियलाइज्ड कि इसको अपनी टाइम की कदर हो गई है और ये कोई ऐसी चीजें कर रही है जिसकी वजह से वो ना बोलने का उसमें वो हिम्मत आ गई है, सो ये है. एट द सेम टाइम मैंने फील किया है जब भी मैं ना बोल रही हूँ टू मेनी थिंग्स, चाहे वो रिलेशनशिप्स हो या जब कॉलेज वगैरह में थे, तो ना बोलना कुछ चीजों के लिए बहुत जरूरी था. जैसा जैसा टाइम गया, आपने पूछा ना कब जाके आपको, एज सून एज आई टर्न्ड 60 आई रियलाइज कि दैट इज अ बैलेंस लाइफ, फुलफिल लाइफ करने के लिए ये चीजें स्लोली डेवलप हो रहा था. बट एज सून एज आई टच द थ्रेशोल्ड ऑफ 60 आई सेड अब नहीं तो कब, तो अब वैसा है. बट ये कि हाँ या ना का, जैसे मैंने बोला, बैलेंस करके चलाती हूँ अभी भी, मगर कुछ चीजों में जहाँ सोशल प्रेशर हो, जहाँ नेगेटिविटी हो, कंप्लीट नो and a firm no, no options also over there.
Bilkul. Thank you. Great points.
Yeah, there are few points over there which I want to frame. Like number 1, this change thing that she said na, कि लोग बोलते कि आप change हो गए, और वो second चीज थी कि you may lose a little bit of the popularity that you thought you had, because everybody flocks around people who are always there and available. So, and I think those are very key lessons to learn, that it's okay in the bigger picture. उससे क्या हासिल होता है, कुछ भी नहीं.
And people give lip service also. वो कहते हैं अच्छा, if you can't do it then बता देना, let us know. And then the minute you say hey I can't do it, वो ballistic हो जाते हैं.
Exactly, the full रवैया only changes, right?
Yeah, exactly. हमारी listener है शाहिदा जी. Shaida ji, thank you so much for listening and your comments, and look forward to your call. She says, November, a time to start saying no to people, places and things that drain your energy.
So nice.
So we can start with the month of November.
Right on time then, this show.
Absolutely. जी
ठीक है. तो अब क्या बात करते हैं हम लोग ने, जस्ट टू रिकैप अ लिटिल बिट, हमने क्या बात की. वी काइंड ऑफ इंट्रोड्यूस द शो, वी टॉक्ड अबाउट क्यों हम ना नहीं बोल पाते हैं, कॉन्फ्लिक्ट से डरते हैं, या लोग नापसंद करेंगे उससे डरते हैं, अग्रेसिव बिहेवियर होता है, एक नेगेटिव कॉनोटेशन है वर्ड में, उससे. फिर हमने उसके बारे में भी बात की कि डू वुमेन हैव अ प्रॉब्लम सेइंग नो मोर देन मैन, एंड देन वी काइंड ऑफ टच्ड ऑन द टॉपिक वेयर एज वी बीन ब्रॉट अप, गर्ल्स हैव दैट नाइस गर्ल सिंड्रोम, तो उसकी वजह से कभी कभी हो जाता है. फिर हमने पेरेंटिंग की भी बात की कि जब पेरेंट्स ही खुद नाइस गर्ल सिंड्रोम से या गुजर रहे हों, तो फिर वो एक ऑटोमेटिकली बच्चे में आ जाती है, या distracted parenting ho, ya khud, they are kind of tug of war for your attention, so you're just kind of succumbing. Societal pressures की बात की, cultural influences की बात की, religious जो एक upbringing होती है बहुत ही strict हो, तो वहाँ पे भी फिर just to say yes all the time वो आ जाता है, उसकी बात की. From there on we moved on to, we talked about the psychological cost of not saying no. We talked about anxiety, stress, we talked about how it can affect you, your relationship, and eventually leads to a burnout. And then we also posed a question to the listeners, which brought out some great points with Shanazi's call, where she said there was this irritation, and then you lose a little bit of your popularity, and you perhaps people just wonder why you've changed and lose people, but then you also gain the right ones, and the right ones stay with you. And I think that's the circle you want to have at the end of the day. So that's what we covered so far. And now what we're going to move on to is that, because har koi, meaning a lot of our callers also in the beginning of the day said ki ek na bolne se na ek guilt attach ho jata hai. You end up feeling guilty, bad, or whatever term you want to give to it, but you just don't feel good. There's like a bad vibe to it. So how do you get rid of that? How do you rethink your brain, reframe your thinking to believe that saying no is really does not require any negative emotion of guilt to be attached to it?
I think essentially we as human beings, we're good. So our first instinct is to always say yes. If somebody asks you for something, हमारी पहली instinct is yes. अगर किसी ने invite भेजा to something, your first instinct is to say yes. फिर जो है ना, you're thinking, you're like, there is no way I can go to this,
I can make it
without just losing myself in the process, right? And then you think back, and then you start avoiding calls and making excuses and all that. But the biggest thing to do, in my opinion, is to curb that instinct from saying yes right away.
Right,
and
off the
saying,
bat.
you know what, let me check and get back to you.
Yeah, buy yourself some time.
Buy yourself some time.
So if you, very good. That's a great point. I mean, if anyone of us suffers from this thing कि मैं फट से हाँ बोल देती हूँ, then that's a great tip to follow. Buy time. Because time, once you buy the time, you have time to reflect, sit, think, and then phrase your no also. If you're not the type कि भाई मैं no कैसे बोलूँगी, bluntly तो नहीं बोल सकती, so then you can actually sit and think of how you do it. But curb that initial right off the bat response of saying yes, because then you're stuck. Then and even if you have to get out of it, you have to say that, hey, I said yes, but then I really can't, and all of that.
Right.
So very good. Thanks for that. I think that's a great tip off to start. And another thing that I want to then go into, like how to avoid feeling guilty, पहले तो एक सोच बदलनी पड़ेगी, because usually where does that guilt come from? That guilt comes from the fact where you feel you're being selfish if you say no. कि भाई मुझे तो selfless होना है, तो ये तो कितना selfish हो जाएगा. So if you feel that turning down people who need your help is actually being selfish, then I want to ask you, what is the definition of selfish? Selfish is that you're always looking out for yourself only and would never feel guilty about saying no to someone. So here you are feeling guilty. So then that's not selfish. You actually really cannot do it. Yeah. So if you were selfish, आपको तो कोई गम ही नहीं होता, आपको तो कोई guilty नहीं होता, आप तो fearless होती, आप तो हर दफा no, you would be saying no like you're some Queen of Sheba. But if you're not doing it and you're struggling with it, then there is a conscience that's attached to it. And you're coming from a space of conscience. And that means that you really cannot do it, because if you could, you would have done it. We have a caller. Let's take them.
Yes, Radio Azad, you're on the air.
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम.
वालेकुम सलाम. शाहिदा जी कैसी हैं आप?
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह ठीक हूँ. Yeah, it's a very nice topic.
जी शुक्रिया.
And as I always say yes to a lot of things also, but now I'm realizing that our kids also learn to say yes to the things because we train them like that. But we should teach them how to say no to the bullying, how to say no to the peer pressure, how to say no to the things like alcohol, drugs, and things like that. But in my experience, if we are saying yes to a lot of the things,
that's what it gets harder for our kids to say no to those things also, and sometimes they struggle with that also.
Excellent. Excellent point.
Very good. Thank you. And we love that time to start in November.
That's right. Yeah, thank you very much. You guys have a great afternoon. Keep up the good work. You are doing awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
so much for calling and really appreciate it.
कितनी अच्छी बात कही है कि आप सोचेंगे कि ये मेरी छोटी छोटी चीज़ से क्या फ़र्क पड़ता है, बट आपकी ये छोटी छोटी चीज़ हो जहाँ पे आप यू लर्न टू से नो, योर किड्स विल देन लर्न टू से नो टू द बिगर थिंग्स इन लाइफ विच दे रियली नीड टू से नो टू. सो टोटली लव दैट पॉइंट.
Peer pressure, giving into peer pressure.
Yeah,
We give into peer pressure.
obviously,
All
and
the time.
आजकल के बच्चे तो they are exposed to so much more than we were while growing up. So that ability is so important to learn very early on in life and not later.
Yeah.
So to just continue with that selfishness, and if you feel again that if if you tell yourself that you're not being selfish, and that if that person thinks you're selfish for not doing something unreasonable, then I would say then that's not a person you want to hang out with, right? अगर कोई आपको कोई चीज़ पूछ के एक ना सुनने की हिम्मत, क्षमता, whatever you want to call it, नहीं रखता, then how is that person not selfish? So, you turn the tables round on your thought pattern. That's number one. Number two, जो हमने कई बार सुना है वो रिपीट करना यहाँ ज़रूरी है कि आप सबको खुश नहीं रख सकते. In bold, in capital, underline some 20,000 million times, and then we will take that caller after I've said that.
I think people who are near and dear to us have a sense of entitlement towards your time.
Gee.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's where that guilt comes in.
Yeah, very true. But एक well-being और people इर्द-गिर्द जो भी आपके बहुत important है, you'll have to draw the line somewhere to be able to give those people only your best.
बिल्कुल. Radio Azad, you're on the air.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम मनीषा
जी वालेकुम सलाम.
मैं समझती हूँ आपको सेकंड जॉब आपको करनी चाहिए, माइंड रीडर.
Mind reader, okay.
लेकिन मैं ये आपको टॉपिक देना चाह रही थी जिसमें आप अभी बात कर रही हैं.
Which is?
मैंने आपको बिफोर आई कॉल यू, तो मैंने कहा आपको बता दूं मैं. अच्छा देखिए, मैंने यहाँ पर देखा है इस पे टॉपिक गंभीर किस्म का मैं लेकर आई हूँ. आपको गंभीर की मीनिंग पता है?
जी बिल्कुल पता है.
Serious, संजीदा.
तो ये है इसका मतलब ये कि मैं कहती हूँ ऐसा क्यों होता है तस्नीम, आपके लिए खासतौर पे जब भी आप लेकर आए, ऐसा क्यों होता है कि आपके अपने ही आपको ज्यादा दुख देते हैं? ऐसा क्यों होता है? बिकॉज वी डील विद देम इन एवरीडे बेसिस. आई डोंट नो, सो व्हाट्स द रीजन? भाई अपने तो अपने को सुकून देना चाहिए ना. आपके दर्द सर क्यों बन जाते हैं आपके लिए?
Yes, I have this actually down as a topic to do, so definitely we will do
I'm
that.
a mind reader too.
You are. Or you're privy to my notes.
देख ले.
Supersonic.
आपको बैंक अकाउंट नहीं देख रही हूँ, देख ले जरा.
Supersonic eyesight. जी जी बिल्कुल. Great.
Okay.
Thank you. सुन रहे आप रेडियो आज़ाद and this is Double Shot Espresso with Tasneem and Ayesha. Very important part of our program. We're talking about how not to feel guilty
जी.
while saying no.
तो पहली बात तो हमने बताई कि एक रीफ्रेम, एक माइंडसेट रीफ्रेम, ये सेल्फिशनेस नहीं है. इनफैक्ट ये एक आई वुड से इट्स जस्ट वेल बीइंग, इट्स टेकिंग केयर ऑफ योरसेल्फ. सेकेंडली, यू कैन नॉट प्लीज एनीवन. Thirdly, think of all the things that you're saying yes to when you actually say no.
No, that means you want to say no, but you're actually saying yes.
Yeah, that. And what are you saying yes to when you're actually saying no to the person? If you look at that, so if you're saying no, if you think no is a negative thing, then flip that in your brain and say कि अगर मैं ये ना बोल रही हूँ फिलहाल ये चीज़ करने के लिए, तो मैं हाँ किसके लिए बोल रही हूँ एक्चुअली? तो मैं हाँ इसलिए बोल रही हूँ कि मुझे more time मिलेगा with my family, for example. More time मिलेगा for myself to finish my work. I'm saying yes to maintaining my own well-being, my own sanity, to have me time, and for making time for things that really matter to me. I'm saying yes to living a more relaxed, evenly paced life that is centered around the things that have meaning for me, not for someone else. I'm saying yes to having a reasonable workload, something that I can manage and probably stretch myself a little bit off and on. But instead of burying myself in hours and hours of extra stuff that I've committed to because I just could not say no. तो एक नो बोलने से आप इतनी सारी चीज़ों को हाँ बोल रहे हैं. तो वो अगर आप सोचे कि आप pros and cons, just to put it in other words, कि yes, if you consider saying no a con, a negative thing, then the pros of it are all of these things which far outweigh that one thing of not saying the word.
All right, let's take a caller. Radio Azad, you're on the air.
अस्सलामुअलैकुम लेडीज, कैसे हैं आप लोग?
वालेकुम सलाम, कैसे हैं आप?
मैं बिल्कुल खैरियत से हूँ. एंड बहुत ही जबरदस्त टॉपिक है एंड इज गोना हेल्प मी आउट डाउन द रोड. एक चीज जैसे मैं सोच रहा था एंड कंपेयर एंड कंट्रास्ट कर रहा था. अभी हम लोग जो कि यहीं ब्रॉड अप हुए हैं अमेरिका and went to the corporate America, वहाँ काम किया and you spend a lot of time over there और आपको वहाँ पे yes और no और फिर no के भी variables होते हैं. For example, जैसे आपने बॉस से कहा मुझे अच्छी रेट मिली है, तो बॉस जो है वो no नहीं कहेगा, वो you get your monitoring in order या कुछ भी कह देगा वो, तो वो नो नहीं होगा. देन आप you Monday to Friday आप काम करते हैं कॉर्पोरेट अमेरिका, देन यू एंड अप इन ए देसी पार्टी. अब वो देसी पार्टी में बातचीत हो रही है, गुफ्तगू हो रही है. अब वहाँ ट्राइंग टू फिगर आउट कि वहाँ पे नो और यस का कोई कॉन्सेप्ट इतना क्लियर नहीं होता है. अब समझ नहीं आ रही है कि ये बंदा नो कह रहा है, यस कह रहा है, मतलब इनके पास जाएं या नहीं जाएं. तो वो बड़े एक कंफ्यूजन सी हो जाती है. क्योंकि आप जो प्रैक्टिकल्स हैं वो आप कॉर्पोरेट अमेरिका के लिए मतलब यस नो 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 या नो वेरिएबल्स, तो वहाँ बड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है. वो वहाँ पे वेरिएबल्स बहुत होते हैं और एक रिएक्टिव सा माहौल सा होता है एंड यू ट्राइंग टू बी प्रोएक्टिव. तो वो एक तो इस देसी कल्चर में ये जो रिएक्टिव अंदाज में इसको हम किस तरह समझें, मैं इसको समझ नहीं पाता हूँ. बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है.
Excellent point.
क्या एडवाइस होगी मेरी?
$1 million क्वेश्चन रईस साहब आपने पूछा. सिंपल एग्जांपल, when you go to a dinner, देसी पार्टी like you said, और लोग कहते हैं, होस्ट कहता है कि प्लीज़ और ले लें, and you're full to the brim and you're feeling sick and you're like नहीं थैंक यू सो मच. आई बोल नहीं और ले. दैट दे डोंट अंडरस्टैंड द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ नो, राइट. वो हमारा वो तकल्लुफ वाला जो तकल्लुफ में मारे जाते हैं हम लोग हमारे कल्चर में समटाइम्स.
आई थिंक वो एक it just becomes society norms of functioning कि force तो करना ही चाहिए. अगर force नहीं करेंगे तो for them also the host they must be thinking कि अगर नहीं बोलेंगे तो कैसा लगेगा कि अरे force भी नहीं किया ना, एक बार ना बोल दिया तो then they just said हाँ okay. But I would say that you can just change one person at a time, and which is yourself. So over a time, if you just be firm to the way you are, whoever it is, whichever party it is and wherever you are, that person will know कि at least ये शख्स ऐसा है कि उसका एक बार हो गया तो हो गया, that's it, and no means no. Whereas with the others they would probably continue, but one thing at a time. Other than that, trying to understand how to actually think about when it actually means yes and when it actually means no. Very true in our cultural environments. That is like
I think in our generation, we have not been able to change that. But I think in our kids' generation, those who
it's
are
already changed.
Yeah, yes. When they say no, it means no enough. And I think for most of them, I don't want to generalize, but I think they are much more straightforward. And I think we're taught to be much more straightforward here.
And as I'm thinking right now, also a few people are coming to mind who I meet repeatedly at parties. And they have a reputation कि ये इसका बस अभी इसको कुछ फोर्स नहीं हो सकता, इसका उसने ना बोल दिया मीन्स उसका समझ जाओ कि दिस इज इट. फिर जो भी हो, ये एग्जाम्पल हो जिस व्हाट यू गिव राइट नाउ, या फिर कुछ और भी हो, तो आई थिंक वो एक रेप्यूटेशन बनती है, धीरे धीरे आपको खुद बनानी पड़ेगी अबाउट यू एंड योर सेल्फ. फिर वो सामने वाला ऑटोमेटिकली समझ जाता है विद टाइम.
And the interesting thing is that those people who are straight shooters and have that reputation for straight talk, they are almost looked down upon in our society,
I get what you mean. I mean, another word for that looking down is like not fun enough. Like इसके साथ तो कुछ हो नहीं सकता, तो इसको छोड़ ही दो. Like, you know, let that person be, which is so sad. It shouldn't be like that. I think that mutual respect जो बोलते हैं वो आनी ही चाहिए.
जी, let's take a caller. Radio Azad, you're on the air.
हाँ, मैं ये भी बता रही थी कि बैक होम हम लोग ट्रैवल जब कर रहे थे तो आप खाने की बात कर रही थी ना, इतना ओवर ईट, माने खाना है, आना है और खाना है, दूसरे दिन फ्लाइट है, प्लीज नहीं आ सकते, प्लीज नहीं, हमारी इज्जत का सवाल है, आना होगा, अदरवाइज यू नो इट लेड टू अ लिटिल सॉर्ट ऑफ सेमी कन्फ्रंटेशन यू कैन सी, एंड दे बिकेम वेरी वेरी एंग्री क्योंकि दूसरे दिन फ्लाइट थी. वी डिडंट वांट टू गो ऑल द वे और इतना खाना खाएं जैसा कि दूसरी दावतों में हुआ कि तबीयत खराब हो जाए ट्रैवल के लिए. नहीं बोल के हम लोग रहे, मगर बाद में उन्होंने बड़ा गिल्टी फील कराया कि खाना पूरा बना के रखा था, जबकि हमने हाँ भी बोला नहीं था. तो एंड उसके बाद नाराज हो गए, अब कभी तुम लोगों को बुलाऊंगा नहीं या बुलाऊंगी नहीं. तो मगर कोई बात नहीं, फिर भी हम लोग उनके एनिवर्सरीज वगैरह पे लिखते हैं उनको, चाहे जवाब आए या ना आए, हम लोग ने अपना पोजीशन एक्सप्लेन करके, और अल्लाह का शुक्र किया क्योंकि इतनी लंबी फ्लाइट रहती है फ्रॉम बैक होम, इधर इंडिया और पाकिस्तान से यहाँ तक. यू नीड दैट काइंड ऑफ freshness and not being overburdened with extra food and all while you are on the plane, you know. तो अपने लिए वो किया हमने ना बोलकर. So I just thought I'll let you all know. और यहाँ पर भी पॉटलक में आउट ऑफ अ ब्लू पॉटलक की दावतों में बोलेंगे ये लेकर आना तुम्हारी जिम्मेदारी है, चाहे वो कितना भी ज्यादा हो, कौन सा टाइम हो या क्या. तो ये स्लोली करके विड्रॉ करने लगी हूँ पॉटलक विच डजंट सूट माय टाइम फ्रेम एंड ऑल, एंड द रिक्वेस्ट फॉर द काइंड ऑफ डिश दैट दे नीड, यू नो. असर आंखों पर सबकी फरमाइश वगैरह, बट आई हैव टू लुक फॉर माय ओन sphere also.
Sure, absolutely.
So thank you.
So true, yeah. I mean, these things are so important. I mean, जब वो एक realization आती है ना, उसके बाद ही change आता है. तो आपको पहले तो वो एक awareness अपने खुद के अंदर लानी है. तो I know a lot of people listening are like, oh, I wish I could have learned this skill. But wish से कुछ नहीं होता है. Firstly, you'll have to bring that awareness into your psyche and say, I want to do it. And then it will be uncomfortable because it's out of your comfort zone, and you will have to practice it, and you will still get opposition from people because they'll tell you you've changed, you're different, you're this, you're that. You have to continue to do it. फिर जाके कहीं बात बनेगी.
And I think it's both ways. Are you the person who doesn't accept that no from somebody?
Too.
So it's not only the art of saying no, but it's the art of accepting that no. And see where that person is coming from. उनकी भी मजबूरियां होंगी.
बिल्कुल.
You know.
And a lot of people who say yes all the time, I'm not saying all, but a lot will have this problem. Will have this problem of being saying no to also, because उन्होंने कभी no नहीं बोला है, तो वो no लेना भी एक आर्ट है, to be able to accept it. तो वो भी उन्होंने नहीं सीखा. So quickly then to tie this up, फिर इन टर्म्स ऑफ नॉट फीलिंग गिल्टी, आपको ये समझना है कि आपको व्हाई यू हैविंग अ हार्ड टाइम सेइंग नो. आपकी क्वेश्चंस क्या हैं? आर यू अफ्रेड कि वो बंदा आपसे बात करना बंद कर देगा? आर यू अफ्रेड कि आप अगर ना बोलेंगे तो इट विल लुक लाइक यू डोंट केयर फॉर द पर्सन? आर यू अफ्रेड कि इफ यू से नो यू विल लूज योर जॉब? आर यू अफ्रेड दैट इफ यू से नो you will not be able to you're winning some aspect of the other person into your life, कि वो करने से वो बंदा आपके life में रहेगा. So if you're afraid to ever say no because you're worried that the person will stop caring about you, or they will just fire you from your job and say that's it, your services are no longer required, then seriously, you want that job and you want those kind of people? So those are bigger life questions that you really need to ask, कि आपकी reasons क्या हैं कि आपको ये hard time होता है to say no. उसके बाद understand कि आप different tactics जो people use करते हैं ना आपके साथ, जहाँ पे आप ना नहीं बोल पाती या पाते, and you just end up saying yes. So number one is कभी कभी leading manipulation होता है, leading manipulation, social pressure, कि सभी आ रहे हैं, सभी ने हाँ बोला है, ओनली यू आर सेइंग नो, या इस पे तो करना ही पड़ेगा बिकॉज कम्युनिटी के सभी लोग हो गए वहाँ पे. सो दोज आर सोशल प्रेशर्स. फिर एक बुलिंग होता है. बुलिंग को तो एवरीवन नोज, दे विल put a little bit of aggressiveness, they will, have a very firm tone of voice and you feel, oh, I have to adhere, otherwise तो क़यामत आ जाएगी. फिर whining, people will complain and you feel अरे बेचारा या बेचारी, चलो मैं कर देती हूँ. तो even before they ask for help, because of their complaining, you give in. Right. फिर एक guilt होता है, somebody will make you feel guilty. They will remind you by telling that नहीं आप अगर ये नहीं करेंगे तो मुझे तो इतना मैं कहाँ जाऊंगी, मुझे तो बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा यार. तो फिर वो आपको एक गिल्ट वो आ जाता है अंदर, या तो फिर आपको इतनी कॉम्प्लीमेंट देंगे कि भाई आपके बिना तो हो ही नहीं सकता, आप ही है जो ये कर सकती हैं, एक आप ही है जो ये सब चला सकती है. सो यू आर कॉम्प्लीमेंटेड सो मच दैट यू फील ओ शिट, really you need to do this. So
we'll bleep that out. तस्नीम ऐसे ही बोलना चाहिए मुझे, अच्छा कि बस आप ही हैं जो कर सकती है.
So you really don't want to fall into these traps. Recognize these traps and make sure that you do not feel carried away and act accordingly. Then thereafter, separate refusal from rejection. Remember, you're turning down a request and not a person. A lot of times we feel that guilt because हमें लगता है कि हम वो बंदे को ना बोल रहे. We're saying no up to a person. You're not saying no to a person, you're just saying no to a request. And people will usually understand that it is your right to say no, just as it is their right to ask for a favor. And if they don't understand that, then
see, that's the thing, people tend to take it as a personal affront, and they tend to take it personally when actually it's not. The other person could be completely overwhelmed, and all you're doing is just dumping more and more
stuff on them. And अगर वो नहीं समझते हैं और वो नहीं understand करते हैं तो too bad is what I want to say. एक बार होगा, 2 दफ़ा होगा, 3 दफ़ा होगा, फिर समझ जाएंगे और फिर इंशाल्लाह they will respect you because they will know you're coming from a good space of consciousness. You're just not saying no because you don't feel like it.
And if you don't, you lose them in the process.
Yep, that too. Yeah, eventually you will.
Okay, let's quickly take a caller. Radio Azad, you're on the air.
Hello, good morning ladies.
Hello.
Good morning.
कैसी हैं?
कैसी हैं आप?
बिल्कुल ठीक, आप बताएं.
बिल्कुल ठीक ठाक. मैं बस ये कहना चाहूंगी, बहुत आपने आज तो शो करके ना बहुत सारे लोगों की जिंदगी के साथ मेरी जिंदगी भी आसान कर दी, क्योंकि मेरी जिंदगी में ये बहुत प्रॉब्लम रहा. उस जो मेरे अंदर मुरव्वत की जो एक चीज थी ना कि शुरू से कि नो कहने के चक्कर में मैंने अपनी जिंदगी को इतना ज्यादा अपने सेल्फ को बिल्कुल उसमें मैंने खत्म कर लिया था और फिर मुझे मिला भी कुछ नहीं. मतलब मजे की बात ये कि जिन लोगों के लिए सबसे बड़ी बात कि 3-4 लोग होते हैं जो आपकी जिंदगी में मैटर करते हैं और वो आपको जानते हैं, आपकी नेचर को जानते हैं, आपसे बखूबी वाकिफ होते हैं, आपके फ्रेंड्स हों वो चाहे आपके रिलेशन हो, और वो उनको पता होता है कि आप कब उनसे नो कह रहे हैं और वो आपकी चीजों को समझते हैं और वो ही लोग आपके लिए मैटर करते हैं. इसके बाद सारी दुनिया होती है और उसको जो है, जो लोग आप यकीन कीजिए तस्नीम और आयशा, मैंने जिन लोगों के लिए भी एज अ तकल्लुफ, जैसे मैं पर्सनली बहुत सोशल हूँ, अब मेरे अभी जरूरी तो नहीं कि वो मेरी तरह सोशल हों और हर जगह वो जाएं, तो उस चक्कर में अगर आप गलत बात कर रहे हैं या बहाने बना रहे हैं, एक तो सही बात बता देनी चाहिए, जो भी बात हो कि जो भी हो रहा है वो आपको सच बता दें, क्योंकि फिर वहां पर वही जो औरतें हैं वो और बातें बनाने लगती हैं और आपको प्रेशराइज करती हैं और मतलब इतना अजीब सिचुएशन हो जाती है आपकी. तो आप उनके लिए बोल रहे होते हैं कोई चीज, तो फिर अरे नहीं उनको तो आने का शौक ही नहीं है, अभी मैंने उनको देखा है, वो तो फिल्म पे है, मतलब इस तरह की बातें वो शुरू कर देती हैं. तो आप बता दो कि भाई ही इज बिजी, ही हैज सम अदर प्लान, व्हाटएवर.
या good point. And Afshan, this goes back to the point earlier on. Do we have to give a reason?
या अभी कभी कभी देना है, कभी कभी नहीं देना है. आपको चूज करना है कि आपको कब रीजन आपको जरूरी बनता है. मेरे ख्याल से ब्रॉडली अगर आपको एक पैरामीटर दे दूं तो इफ देयर इज एनीथिंग व्हिच इज अफेक्टिंग यू, द बिगर issues of life, you're tolerating some kind of injustice, some self-worth, value-based, principle-based issues, you don't owe anyone any explanation, just go ahead and say no. But if there are others, daily life के ये सब time management, helping वगैरह, extra work at the workplace, वो सब के लिए you can actually phrase it without actually being blunt and just saying the 2-letter word.
ठीक है. Let's ask our rapid fire question and let's quickly go into the how to say no, because that's very important.
Yes, that is.
ठीक है. So आज का rapid fire question, a simple one word answer, agree or disagree. Do you have a hard time saying no? Let's find out. Let's put our finger on the pulse of our listeners. Do you have a hard time saying no? Agree or disagree? Radio Azad, you're on the air.
Not anymore.
Okay, so do you have a hard time saying no? Disagree.
Me, actually, I would say also I would agree with SKFG, not anymore. था एक वक्त, एक ज़माना, वो अभी निकल गया है.
तो हमारे अग्री और डिसएग्री है, नॉट एनी मोर तो है ही.
अच्छा, तो अग्री और डिसएग्री, डू यू हैव अ हार्ड टाइम सेइंग नो? डिसएग्री नो.
ठीक है.
ओके, सो आई हैव गॉट 2 ticks here. What about you?
Agree.
Okay.
Everybody who knows me knows that. And I am a work in progress. 9725019390. क्या क्या एडमिट करना होता है on the air. Radio Azad, you're on the air.
No.
Disagree.
Disagree, yeah.
Okay, Radio Azad, you're on the air.
जी, I have hard time to say no.
Agree. चलें जी, मेरे कॉर्नर में आ जाएं श्रेया जी. 9725019390. Do you have a hard time saying no? Do you agree or do you disagree? 9725019390. जी तस्नीम, जल्दी जल्दी.
तो बिल्कुल we'll start in about the how. उसके लिए few things जिसकी बातें हो चुकी है, मैं उसके बारे में बात नहीं करूँगी. Like say it, assertive बनना है और firm बनना है, वो सब आप लोग जानते हैं. But things which you are practical, which you can actually take home and practice when you're saying no. Before I start, let's take the caller. Agree, disagree?
Agree.
चलें जी.
Okay.
3 in my corner.
तो एक तो जरिया है of saying no is that put the question back on the person asking. This is highly effective in a work situation. So say for example, a colleague, your supervisor, whoever is asking you to take on several tasks, more than you can handle, you might say, I'm happy to do XYZ. However, I will then need 3 weeks instead of 2. So let me know what you need me to prioritize. So, a question, pose it as a question, and that then gives them the answer as a no.
Okay, Radio Azad, you're on the air.
No.
So you agree or disagree?
I agree. I'm sorry. I don't have any hard time.
Yeah, you don't have any
I'm
hard
telling you.
Okay, Radio Azad, you're on the air. To give us a call back, आपकी call disconnect हो गई. 9725019390. Do you have a hard time saying no? You agree with this or you disagree with this? यानी कि you have learned to say no, then that answer is disagree. If you are still a work in progress, you still have a hard time saying no, then that answer is agree. 9725019390.
उसके बाद watch for your body language. So stand tall and keep your arms at your sides or use gestures to emphasize your words. Make eye contact with the person as you say no to show the person that you really mean it. वो time पे don't fidget. आप बाल से खेल रहे हैं या आप किसी से खेल रहे हैं या jewelry से, because then that just makes you look as if you're really not sure and you're insecure about your decision. So and don't even cross your arms on your chest, because that basically in body language means that you're not happy with what you're saying. So you don't want to even project that. Use the right tone, which is firm and polite. Maintain that eye contact, as I said, and then keep the body language open and say what you need to say. That will be more effective.
ये तो मेरे लिए आपने strike out कर दिया. Stand tall कह के.
Now stand tall with whatever height you have, because shoulders back, chest out. You are tall at whichever height you are. Height is immaterial. It's all in the head. Thereafter, try the sandwich method. जो एक sandwich method feedback की भी होती है, यहाँ पे भी sandwich method. So sandwich your no between 2 positive statements. So start the conversation by understanding the person's need. तो अगर उसका कुछ example हम दे तो I genuinely understand you need me to come here. However, for XYZ reason, I just cannot make it. But if things do change, I will definitely let you know. So, you're then kind of saying it, but you're saying it in a very polite way, and talk in a calm and even voice, because if you don't raise your voice or sound upset, the person will be much more likely to accept your explanation. Having said that, you don't want to apologize too much also. Okay, I'm sorry I can't make it, I'm really sorry that I can't make it, or I'm really sorry I cannot do it. Don't go on and on, because if you apologize too much, it will look like you're doing something wrong by actually saying no. And you don't want that to come through either. Okay. And so therefore I think that main thing is like saying no in your sandwich method. So you can always say that I'm really sorry, but I don't think I'll be able to do this one for you. I'm just really in a crunch myself, just too many things on my plate right now, but I really thank you so much for thinking of me and thinking I could do this for you. So thank you so much, something like that. So 2 pluses with the no in the middle. And last but not the least, if you feel the situation demands, give the person some alternatives, such as I really can't make it, but if you really need the ride, if it is a possibility for you, I'm just giving an example, that do you want to borrow my car? I don't need it, I really am busy at home, I just have so much to do, you're welcome to take it. Or something like I can't go to this party with you, but I'm really snowed under, or I just need the rest and the relaxation, but how about we catch up for lunch? After 3 days or whatever. So in that way, you're kind of giving them an alternative to saying no. And even if it is at the workplace, then you can probably say that, hey, I really can't do this for you right now, but if you give me some more time, maybe I can take it up 2 weeks later. So you're giving them an alternative. So I think that really works well in saying no.
One of our listeners has added, I also wanted to add that most of the time one is appreciated for the last yes they said, and as soon as you say no for the next one, all the past favors are forgotten very soon. People have a very short-term memory, and that is very, very true. Your stand is important, or it's I think we're all a work in process. The people who have to learn to accept that no, and the people who have to say that no. And as Tasneem said, sometimes we have to give that reason, sometimes we don't have to give the reason, but we have to also learn to put ourselves in people's shoes and really see what is going on. All right, Taz, you're doing okay?
Yeah, I'm just having a coughing bout.
Okay. All right, so I think that's a wrap for us on today's show, learning how to say no. And thank you all for your great feedback, your comments. As always, we knew it was going to be one of those shows that you all are going to come up with some great topics and great points. So thank you for that.
And I have a beautiful poem.
You have a poem?
Yeah, I have a beautiful poem. So I'm hopefully all coughed out.
Okay.
So I do want to read it out to you. This one's titled No. No rocket science there, yeah? So no. No is a word you learned early on, pretty much soon after you were born. Every time you stick your finger in another kid's eyeball, or just about to fall into danger crawl, or get into a brawl, or no, don't bawl. Yes, over the years you forgot a word you as a child taught. No is a bad word you now thought, and ended up saying yes to a lot of things you should not. Regardless of the stress it brought, when caught in a spot, you said yes, happy or not. So here I am today to remind you, my bae, take some time. Don't reply right away. Don't lie, it's not a morality play. Nor make excuses, fumble or shy away. Or over-explain yourself day after day. 'Cause you know, love, it's really okay to say no once in a way.
Very nice. Excellent. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of the week. I'll be back with Coffee Mornings on Friday. We're going to leave you with this terrific number. Enjoy kijiye. Khuda Hafiz.